Yes, indeed. This is Professor David Steinberg of the SteinbergFiles.com. Check out our Facebook page, Steinberg Files. So I subjected myself to ABC News tonight, where I saw a report stating that, in essence, that Tea Party Republicans in the House of Representatives are shutting down the government. And I thought, what complete nonsense. The House of Representatives, the Republicans in the House of Representatives, have voted again and again and again to fund the government. That's not an issue. They want to fund the whole thing, with one exception: Obamacare. On the other side, we have President Obama, who wants funding for the whole thing, including Obamacare. That is the point of contention. So aren't the House Republicans and the President then equally responsible for a shutdown, since they disagree? Yet, of course, that's not the way the lamestream media portrays it. It's everything. Everything is always the Tea Party's fault. Benghazi, that was the Tea Party's fault. When Obama's IRS targeted and persecuted Tea Party groups, well, that was, of course, the Tea Party's fault as well. Further, it's not even a 50-50 sort of thing. The House Republicans have said they want to negotiate. They want to talk about this. They want to have some kind of dialogue. One provision they want to strike very clearly is a tax on medical device manufacturers, which is killing thousands of jobs, sending device manufacturers overseas, and is imposing additional costs on people like veterans who need artificial limbs. Those are people we want to tax, right, Mr. President? The House is willing to have a conversation. Obama is not. Obama has said he will not negotiate. He will not negotiate about this. He will not negotiate about the debt ceiling. He will not negotiate about anything. Who talks like this? Who says things like, I won't negotiate? Other than I guess, somebody like Fidel Castro. He didn't negotiate. He just took all his political enemies and put them in jail. This is the language of a dictator. This guy, President Obama, I didn't think we had crowned him king, although I may have missed that somewhere. He's part of the government. And he is part of the government that's responsible for certain things, particularly the conduct of wars. That's what the president does. There's another part of the government called Congress. I'm sure President Obama, the constitutional scholar, is aware of this, but I'll just go through it just for the heck of it. There's another part of the government called Congress. They are the ones who are responsible for appropriating money to the government. That is expressly stated in Article 1, Section 8. Look it up. That is something that Congress does. Of course, Harry Reid in the Senate doesn't pass a budget. The Constitution says he's supposed to do it. Well, he's just not going to do it. Some kind of, creative, if you like, reading of the Constitution. In other words, budgeting money for the government, that's Congress's role. And for the president to say that they have no role in it, that he is simply going to dictate a budget, for them to go along with that would be violating the Constitution. But of course, none of this makes it into the lamestream media. because they love Obama and they love Obamacare. No one else likes it. It's extremely unpopular. That's why the House Republicans are making the stand, because none of us want it. The only people who want it are the lamestream media, Obama, and members of the government who have exempted themselves. And those are the people who think it's great, as well as many of Obama's supporters who have been granted generous waivers and exemptions also. So the bottom line here is that this is Congress's responsibility. They're doing exactly what they wanted, what they should be doing under the Constitution. And if we have a government shutdown, there is at most equal culpability between the president and Congress. To say that the House is responsible for the shutdown is flatly wrong. This is Professor David Steinberg.